International Women's Day
is a celebration of us.
We can speak up. We have a voice.
Let no one stop you.
We won't be bullied or put down.
It means girl power.
Keep finding your voice.
It's really about us doing this together.
To show our strength.
To drive positive change. To open the door for a conversation. My name is Bridget Johnson, and I am responsible for product management with AWS Identity. So I am currently the president of Women at Amazon, which is a global affinity group that works with chapters across the entire world. And our mission is to recruit talented women to Amazon, to retain women Amazonians that are here today, and work on career advancement for women across all of Amazon. This affinity group is important because when you are the only women, how do you have a seat at the table? How do you speak up? I have a lot of coworkers come up to me and say, what do you do for women? And I can talk to my work at Amazon, and then I get to turn the question around and say, what do you do? And that is really cool because it gets people thinking about how they can contribute.
So I'm Tara Walker. I am a technical evangelist with Amazon Web Services. I'm a software engineer that actually also talks to people. What's good about my team is we kind of get the best of both worlds. You get to do all the code, you get to engage with people, and you get to build cool stuff, all the while just using your imagination to do it. I saw that we were doing a lot of great things, but I still was finding a lot of people not feeling involved in that women in tech movement from underrepresented groups. I said, hey, in conjunction with doing the women in tech, can we also embrace and do the underrepresented in tech to make sure that people are talking about and engaging in technology from diverse perspectives. For me, I'm a Black woman in tech. So you find that you have this tax that you pay being a woman in tech. You could work really hard, have either the same results or great ideas, but because I'm a woman, it's not quite good enough. And it won't be addressed if we continue to be uncomfortable talking about it. So we talk about those things, how we got into tech, how they can engage, and that is how we really got people not only to look at us as a company that really wants to include everyone in this great thing called tech. It was the thrill of seeing people having that aha light bulb moment. When we're helping others, it helps us in the long run, but it also helps you to progress, to make sure that this tech is not just about building the next cool thing, but it's enhancing people's lives.
I'm the Senior Accessibility Tech Writer in the CXT organization. It's the most wonderful role that I could possibly have. My job is to create documentation and training and design classes, but what I'm really building is culture change. I want to make accessibility a baked-in piece of that culture. The third Thursday in May is Global Accessibility Awareness Day. I wasn't quite sure at an organization as large as Amazon how to go about letting people know that there was information that they needed. So I took it upon myself to declare May Global Accessibility Awareness Month at Amazon. We do as many talks and workshops and trainings as we can to help people at Amazon know how and why to make their work more accessible for people with disabilities. What is it like to use the Amazon website if you have trouble using your hands? What is it like to use the Amazon website if you've got visual impairments? We want people to be able to work backwards and to use a range of assistive technology that's common for our customers. Things like typing wands. You can take a tool like this and fasten it to your hand and use it to use the keyboard. If you have disabilities, there can be a lot of barriers in your way, but there shouldn't be barriers online. When we do our job right, we produce an experience for them that's as seamless and friction-free and ultimately even as delightful as what we do for people, but for everybody.
My name is Laura Cancel. I work for the Law Enforcement Response Team at Amazon. We provide law enforcement with information to assist their investigations while ensuring the customer's information is protected. September 20th, 2017, Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico. My parents, all of my family lives in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was completely destroyed. Communications were down. My last phone call with my parents was at midnight, and after that, I didn't hear from them for 7 days. I did not know if they were safe. I did not know what happened to them. You get desperate and you get anxious. After the 7 days, my parents called, and I was relieved. And you want to do something because people are in need. You have to think fast. As an Amazonian, I said, how can we impact Puerto Rico in a more direct way? I'm one of the co-founders of Puerto Rico We Care. What if we created a wish list for the entire island? 78 towns, 3.5 million people. It sounds impossible. And everybody was like, oh, that's a logistic nightmare. You can't do this. I tuned out all those voices because my idea was necessary. Amazon is a company that can get anywhere. People trust Amazon, and that is why our project was a success. From October 20th till December 16th, through our donors and through our Amazon wish list, we sent a total of 20,000 individual items valued at $100,000. And we have impacted 4,000 families. Not many people thought it was possible. I knew it was gonna be possible. No matter your background, your religion, no matter what you are, you should always voice what you think. You might make a difference.
My name is Samyukta Vijayan. I work as a senior technical program manager with a team called the Sellerflex, based out of Bangalore, India. When I started, I was a software development engineer. I also worked in a variety of teams. I wrote some of the APIs for the very first version of the Pay with Amazon product. Just last year, they launched Pay with Amazon India product. So it's in all marketplaces. When I moved to Seattle, that's when I decided to transition from a man to a woman. I had a very supportive environment. The teams that I actually work with, they do not differentiate between me and anybody else as long as they get the job done. I would love for any person transitioning on the job in India to have that exact same experience. India does not really have a transgender policy. My focus is to put together a set of policies that will actually help trans girls transition on the job. But in future, we want to see how we can do infrastructure improvements. If a person wants to use a unisex bathroom, it's just much easier. People need to understand that it is absolutely normal to be who you are in a workplace. Since my transition, I have been fortunate to have had this luxury of inclusion. The luxury to be able to perform the Hindu ceremonial rites and rituals as a sister in my brother's wedding. It is that luxury that has been denied to thousands of transgender women all over the world. I call upon everyone, especially women all over the world, to acknowledge the diversity that we bring in, to be more inclusive of all these transgender women. After all, we are women, we're just a little different.